Artero, the sound you composed for Vert Miroir stands in relation to Alexander Calder's sculpture, The Tree. What inspired you to create this composition?
Well, first thing I thought is there are many Calder mobiles that actually have sound. No, they clash pieces with each other, or in the first mobiles there was something that was making sound, and then this tree, well, it's mute. And I thought, well, maybe we should give him a voice or a music to dance to. And that was the first idea. Then the idea of the miroir, of the mirror, came up, and I chose the closest, biggest tree, and to make like a mirror with the sculpture. So when the sculpture would move, maybe it would dance to the music that this another tree at the other side of the mirror would produce.
So the title Vert Miroir is the tree mirrors, the green tree mirrors the Calder tree?
Yes, that was actually the idea. I mean, of course, it would practically never happen that at the same time the Calder's tree would move and the music would accompany him. But the idea of two things that are the same, that are not, even if it fails, it works, as we know in our common lives.
How do elements like a shutting door or so fit into the composition?
Well, because actually what we call music is a very confusing thing. I mean, we listen to music in a concert hall, or we may to listen in our homes, and to the radio, and so what's music? I think music is what people play for you, or sing for you. No, like a vegan lead, like a Nana, that's music. That's music. Music is what people sings to you. And the other things are recordings. It's a very simple thing. They are like photographs. So when you try to reproduce that, that thing we used to call music, we have to be very delicate and make it happen. You know, when people know when music comes and when music goes. Music cannot be all the time with us. No? It's like people, I mean, your sister cannot be with you all the time. Music is the same. It's frankly the same. And so, how can you make aware of that to people? No? How music happens. And music happens when you feel related to so many things. And that's why a miroir may be like the perfect things, because it reflects what is around us, so you can always feel related to it. So that's why in this installation that I call faux music, but it's fake, because I mean no one is playing for you. And you can feel that someone is talking to you in some sense. And you can relate it to the things around you. And that makes the thing very domestic, and music is a very domestic thing. Music does not belong to the Albert Hall, nor to Ibiza. We have to be in between. And in that sense, it creates like a space, it creates a sense that is very difficult to find nowadays. I was thinking more of the casual wanderer that comes by and maybe, wow, what's that? Listen to something and approaches and then listens to the whole thing. I'm thinking more of that. Well, you know, music is very close to fear. Imagine yourself in an old house with all those noises, no? And then you get into bed and the old clock, the wood, the birds, and we try to make sense of what we listen to, and that's music. Music is not rhythm. Music is that. Music is what we listen to with an intention. And in that sense, that's what I want to be. Is that a bird? Is that a storm? Is that rain? Is that the Calder sculpture that is starting to move? So our senses get confused and we pay attention to what we listen. And in a 12-minute composition, if someone stays here and listens to the whole thing, we would think it lasts 4 minutes. Because your attention is so intense that everything makes sense and you wait for the next sound and what does it mean and what does it belong to and what it is related to. And I think that's what I like.
What we like too. Which instruments did you use in the composition, and what do they symbolize something?
No, I didn't want to work with any recordings nor electronic music. No, I wanted to be acoustic instruments played. No, like, the way you play it, it could be related to the nature, to the garden, to wherever. No, I mean, we don't need electronics that much. I mean, an orchestra, 1,000 musicians could do the most electronic music. It's just a matter of power and money. And I don't want it to be like a sound art piece. I'm a composer, not an artist. So I belong to another sphere. And I just wanted to be musicians. I mean, we could have the same musicians hanging in the tree. We cannot. That's what is called folk music. Because we cannot hire 12 musicians to play for us hanging in a tree.
Was there a particular way you organized the speakers?
No, I just wanted to have a circular sound system. I mean, 7 speakers and then one over the top for the fake thunderstorm and fake doors.
Does this piece relate to other sound installations you did previously?
Yes, somehow. Somehow, I mean, it's not my main work, but I had another one that was in a brook, in an old brook in the old Madrid, that it does not run, the water does not run anymore. So I placed some speakers following the old water sense, in the right direction, and it was not circular but linear. So you could still hear how the water used to move.
What other projects are you working on at the moment, and will there be more sound installations at the Fondation Beyeler?
They may be. Yeah, let's cross our fingers.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank
you. It was wonderful.